What is going on, guys? Your boy Guns here, and yes, I finally have a build for you guys. Okay, and disclaimer alert, right? For all you Tinsy-like people out there. This is not the final build. This is not the final say-so. But we were finally able to do a little bit of PvP in Home Kingdom, right? For those of you guys who are like, how did he do PvP? Like, we can't even hit each other, right? Because of, being in the KVK, like, you can't fight each other yet. You can go to Home Kingdom and do testing there, guys, okay? That's how we did it. So with that being said, the main focus that we're going to focus on today is a Thundelyn build. And I'm going to share with you guys some reports, and it's looking good, guys. I'm not going to lie. It is looking good. Which, if you guys compare it to Burt Tohar, when Burt Tohar first came out, we were like, ugh, it's not looking good so far. Ultimately, Burt Tohar started doing well. They still didn't. Sometimes they would outperform Lilia Valen here and there, but not all the time, right? But we are off to a really, really, really good start with these initial testings. And yes, we do have some builds. So let me start off talking about the builds first. Okay, so starting off with the builds, right? And this is for Thundelyn, by the way. This is just for her build, right? So the number one build that I'm going with is this one right here for now, right? And I'll kind of explain it. Like I said, as the PvP starts coming in and we start getting our own testing with the field and stuff like that, because ultimately that's going to be the main thing. But a lot of you guys want a nice little base build to start off with and kind of build from it. So this specific build, the reason why I'm starting off with this one, because if you guys remember, in the beginning of wars, there's a lot of movement going on, and this does have a lot of speed on this build. And yes, you see Valen up there because I don't have Thundelyn on this account yet, but this build, if you can see, pretty basic down here, right? Attack, speed, hell, you come over here with the backstabber, right? And we went into the full magic tree. We're gonna go with that 15% magic for the Legion's magic unit speed. As you guys know, the Thundelyn Thalea don't have any freaking march speed. I'm pretty sure they don't, right? And then you come over here, you go to intimidation, and then I went with magic maelstrom. And there is instances where we would go with the energy boost, and I will explain that, right? But ultimately, if you can't really afford to be switching talents all the time, I would just stick with Magic Maelstrom, bro, to be honest. We went over here with taking less hero skill damage. There's going to be a lot of mages now, even more in the field, right? Now you have more. Now you have another mage pairing out there that's going to be doing a lot of hero skill damage. Perceivably more hero skill damage than Lilia Valen based off the testing that we've done. Also, I went with Wither, being able to do magic defense break to the target legions, reducing their magic defense by 5% for 3 seconds. It's going to be good, in my opinion, because there's going to even be more mages in the field now that we have a pairing there. Now, insult to injury, I feel like it's a pretty solid choice here, simply because of Thundelyn's freaking pools of AoE damage that she does. So essentially it will be 5% more damage through continuous damage effects. And from my understanding, it's the uptime of it, it's 6%. So we are live on YouTube right now, so if I make a mistake and you guys catch it, let me know on that. But from my understanding, the uptime is about 6 seconds. And then obviously we go over here with Iconoclasm. Iconoclasm is just also giving those buffs, right? Every time you gain a buff, it goes up to 10%. You can go all the way up to 10%, right? Then we went over to the PvP tree, and I'll tell you guys why. Same thing, guys. Bam. Overall speed, right? A mixture of 15 and 10% here, right? You got 10, 25% march speed here, and an additional 26. So it's going to give this build the speed that it needs, right? We went with additional rage skill because the bread and butter of these guys is getting those rage units out, right? And also we got here the Army of Valor. Now, that's build number 1. Build number 2, right? This build is practically the same build, but now this is a scenario where the flags are a little bit closer. You're not really worried about march speed too much anymore. Now you're just worried about just dishing out as much damage as possible, because if you get put into a bad position, you can just back up a little bit, hop in a city or whatever, right? So this is for those scenarios where you're just focusing everything on rage and damage, right? So the main changes here is in the March speed, as you guys notice. Same thing up here with the PvP tree. Now the third one that I recommended based off our testing, and you'll see here pretty much the magic build. This is kind of like a hybrid, and I kind of like this one, and I'll let you guys know why. And like I said, we're going to test all of these out. I'm just giving you guys 3 base builds because everyone plays a little bit different, right? Some of you guys are more stand and bang type people. So maybe if you're more of a stand and bang, you don't really do much microing, you just full send. This is probably one of your better builds here. And maybe even this third build, and I'll explain exactly why. So going into the magic tree, I went with the magic speed. You got to have some magic speed in here, right? But if you're a stand and bang player, just go ahead and go with the foresight, bro. Get that additional hero skill damage. I kind of already explained this side of the magic tree. Going over to the control tree side, get a little bit more overall magic speed here. Attack, you got to get more rage, and we went with Soul Siphon. Counterattacks have 10% chance to steal 40 rage from the enemy legion. So while you're getting hit, you have an even more chance to even do more rage, especially if you're getting hit by more people, so you're just going to dish out more AoE. Now, the extra point that we put here is going to go into Blindside, right? So it does a debuff, and what does Blindside do? It triggers Backstabber. Right, when you trigger Backstabber, you're gonna do 2% more damage for 5 seconds. Let me see. Let me look at Let me see. Looking at it here. According to my alliance chat, WoW is all in gun stream right now. Sheesh! Let's go. Yo, baby guns to WoW. Let's go. Appreciate you guys. Yeah. So. Yeah, that triggers that. So now going in, so that kind of goes over the builds. Like I said, these are just our initial builds for Thundelyn. We will make a video for Thalea once we actually start doing some Thalea builds. And there is now that we're talking about that, there is some people that are like, oh, Thalea is better primary. Like that's always a big question. Like who's better primary, right? In my opinion, guys, it's gonna be similar to Burt Tohar. Right? Do you guys remember those of you guys? I mean, a lot of you guys have been watching the channel for a while now, but if you're new, let me explain. The Burt Tohar build was situational. If we needed like that additional like move speed, then we would go with the magic speed over here. We can go into like the PvP tree as well, right? Because in the overall, right? If we go over here to the overall tree, there's no march speed. Right? So yeah, sure, you can get the magic speed here, but then on the overall speed, you're not going to get that extra 10%. That extra 10% does make a difference out in the open field. Now, the time, in my opinion, to go with the Thundelyn build, which is not this that I have here, right? You would do something similar to what we've been doing over here, to what I had in the main thing, it would be the support tree, right? You would go over here and get that additional HP. In theory, for me, and we'll touch on what Tinsy was saying, and I'll go back and read it. You can get same march speed. How are you gonna get the same march speed? How's that possible? If you're going PvP, you're getting the extra 10%. If you go support, there's no march speed over here. In the rally, why would you go to the rally tree? Yeah, never mind, dude. You actually pissing me off mid-video. Motherfucker said rally tree, bro. Yeah. Anyways, I will cover something that Tinsy said of why Thalea has potential to be better primary. Yeah, so I'll read it here. I'll zoom in a little bit. Let's see. Can we zoom in? We can't zoom in, but I'll read it to you guys. So he was saying that Thalea, and like I said, down the road we'll have all these answers for you guys. Right now it's just a little bit more speculation since we're talking about it anyways, right? So the thing with Thalea primary, he's saying you get a 15% damage boost for 5 seconds after Thalea's skill hits. Meaning, so long story short, without reading everything on here, Thalea's boosts are gonna give more AoE for Thundelyn in theory, right? So that's kind of one of the things there. Now you guys are like, yo, Guns, shut up. Show us the freaking reports, bruh. I got you guys. Don't worry. So let me show you guys some of the reports. Look at this. And just for disclaimer, Pay to Win 2 and Pay to Win 3 are both maxed out on military tech. And the behemoths were about the same. So like nothing too crazy as far as the differences. So one of the main things to kind of notice here, look at this. And let me show you guys, right? This is why I feel like the new mages are going to be insane. The Leia is only at 542. He did accidentally open up that Ford skill, which you guys shouldn't do. He said that he was super excited, so that's why he ended up opening that one. But you can see here Thundelyn, right? He has Thundelyn awakened, and it's already beating, dude. It's already beating a Lilia Valen, bro. Like what? Hello? Hello? How is this possible? Right? How is that possible? It's just better, man. It's just better. If we look at the statistics, the data, you can see here that overall, this side is doing more hero skill damage, and Thalea is not even at full kit. Thalea is not even at full kit, right? Already doing a little bit more. You can see even down here in the normal attack, they're doing more normal attack damage. They're doing more counter attack damage. When you look at these numbers and you think about the open field, whenever it becomes like a poking war, you're already doing more normal attack. Not every time you're going to get a chance to proc your skill damage, right? So over time, that additional normal attack and even that counter attack, it's going to help you potentially get some pretty crazy merits. And like I said in my first video when we were theory crafting, I'm like, dude, based off the kits and what we're seeing, I foresee Thunderlyn Thea taking the reign in terms of merits. Finally, within the mages. Now, some of you guys are probably wondering, well, how did Mag Zay do against them? We're going to show you that as well, bro. We're going to show you guys a few results. Once again, right here on the defeat, Thunderlyn Thea beating Lilia Valen once again. Look at that. And Thalea once again only being 542. Like what? Like what? So then a few people have messaged me saying, messaged me saying that they believe that Lilia and Thunderlyn are going to have the most damage output. We tested that as well. We'll get to that, right? This was with Baba Voss. He was in... Oh, okay. This was... We also got wrecked here. Look at this. Thunderlyn Thalea, right? So for him, he has a 555 Thunderlyn and a 554 Thalea, right? And absolutely smacked my Lilia Valen Awakened. Now, some of you guys may be wondering, what about Bertohar? We're going to get to that as well. Maybe not on this video, but in future videos to come, right? We gotta kind of break it down, right? We gotta break it down. So you can see here, 18 to 27k. Like what? Also, right here, check this out. Margaret Zeta versus Thunderlyn, right? Because as we know, there's no long-range warfare in Dragonfall. What does that mean? That means Mag Zay is gonna get slapped on with some Celestials as well. So if you look again here, yeah, you can see normal attack damage wise, of course, Mag Zay is going to do better. That's their bread and butter, right? But look at counter attack wise. The mages did more counter attack than the archers. Like, granted, yes, Mag Zay's kit doesn't have counter attack, right? But they're still well, scratch that. It's because it's Celestials. But either way, you can see that it's doing more counter attack damage, right? So that's pretty cool there. As we continue going down, he actually tried it with Bertrand Thunderlyn and also beat me. About even, right? About even. So there, you can see here, based off the fact that they still did well there, there's a chance for different mix matches, right? Another defeat here. Was this also with yeah, this was also with Celestials. Yep, this was also with Mag Zay Celestials against Thunderlyn Thalea. So overall, guys, even if the tests aren't perfect in terms of like, oh, you guys shouldn't have been in an alliance or woo this that. Either way, you're seeing that these new mages are looking solid, bro. Solid. Right? There's more things down the road that make sure you guys sub to the channel so you don't miss it. We're going to start adding the pets. We're going to start adding the new artifact. Little by little, we're going to be testing everything. But it's always good to get that initial testing, guys. Because if you guys remember with Bertohar, when they first came out, we were not impressed. We weren't impressed. We were like, what the hell's happening? They're getting absolutely wrecked. And from what I remember, like they were max when I did those testings almost a year ago. But when you look here, they're already looking really good, and their AOE, like, come on, man, come on. Like, it's already looking really good. Another defeat here. Now, he tried out the Lilia Thundelyn setup. Still lost. Right? It didn't do as good. Which is interesting to think that an Awakened Lilia didn't do better than a 5/4 Thalea. Like, what? That's huge. That is huge. What is that huge for? Not even... Now, don't forget my free-to-play and low spends. I got you guys. That is huge. That is absolutely huge, because you're telling me that a 5/4 Thalea, which is very attainable for a free-to-play player, outperforms an Awakened Lilia that I can't even get at all? Bet. We're chilling, right? That's really good news. Those he had a city skin on, so it didn't really count. This one was kind of like a I wouldn't even say a fluke, but as you guys know, sometimes Lilia's critting can go crazy. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much some of the testing that we did there. And I know that you guys have a lot of questions. Put it in the comment section below. What do you guys want next? What do you guys want to see next? As of right now, that's kind of what we're testing. This is going to be my first guide for her in terms of just her build, right? In terms of just her build, because, you know, some of the things that we're looking at as far as artifacts go, things that you can run on her. A lot of things look very promising, right? And it all depends on what you guys have on your kit, guys, to be honest, right? A lot of people... I do think that the new artifact is going to be a must, simply because of the utility. Can another artifact like a Visage of Sanctus potentially do more damage? Potentially, right? Potentially, but you also got to keep to account that with the new artifact, you're locking them in place, allowing the rest of your marches and the rest of your people to do even more damage. So as far as the artifacts, like, man, you can get really creative. It just really depends on what you have available. You can do a Tear of Arbonne. You can do... It wouldn't... I mean, Infernal Flame definitely should belong on Lilia, but if for some reason you have an Infernal Flame and you don't have Lilia, you can try that. You can try Phoenix Eye. You can try all kinds of stuff on there, guys, honestly. But I do think that the new one's going to be good. As far as like the pets go, right now, I'm not 100% sure, guys. The new pet is looking very promising. We will be doing more testing when it comes to the pet. We're just kind of waiting for people to get their pets in a little bit of a better position. But also, the Shadow Feydrake looks to be a good contender. So like if you have a good Shadow Feydrake, and let's just say it's outperforming your Burt Tohar, and you're like, screw it, I'm going to slap it on the new heroes. You can do that as well. Bertrand Thunderlyn, does it work? Yeah, it did well. It did well, bro. Invest that Jason money into the mage and make Zone 2 fight video? Wait, what? Finally, Kata can make a better mage than mages from Season 1? Yeah, exactly, bro. So that's what I'm saying. That's the main focus of this video, is to give you guys a nice little base build for Thunderlyn. And if you're adamant to running Thalea, you can do that as well too. Ultimately, once we actually come to fight, I think January 3rd, guys. So put it in your calendars. January 3rd is when our first initial fighting starts. I don't know, maybe pay to win arranges like a little civil war to like get merits or something before then. I don't know, we'll see. But if they don't, like, we're just going to keep doing our testing. We're going to do... So this specific video, we're going to put Lilia... You're going to see the Lilia Valen icon and then the Thunderlyn Thalea versus each other, like, who's better, right? The next one I'm going to be working on is a Burt Tohar versus a Thalea Thunderlyn. And keep in mind, they weren't even awakened. They weren't even awakened. Imagine what they're going to do when they're awakened, guys. Like, what? Dude... I'm super hyped. I'm super hyped, dude. Hashtag mage hype in the chat, man. I have not played COD in a little. See, new mages are here. Yeah. They're really good, Wheaties. They're doing really good. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed my first my first little guide here on Thundelyn. Like I said, we're gonna have plenty more, and they're gonna be updated. So if you guys enjoyed the coverage and you have any other input, put it in the comment section. Any suggestions, any things that you guys think will work better or not work better, let me know, guys. I'm always an open book. I'm always an open book. Some of you guys in the comment section comment things like, I don't know if you'll read this or if you're gonna reply. I reply to everything, bro. Right now, I have a few messages that are behind, but ultimately, I catch up with all my comments, and everyone that's been following the channel for the past year of its life knows that is 100% true. So, yeah, drop a like on the video, drop a comment. If you don't want to miss out on the coverage, guys, hit that sub button, turn on that bell notification, lets you guys know when I go live or drop a new video, guys. Until next time, it's your boy Guns. I'm out. Peace, y'all.